Hello everyone, welcome to another video. In today's video, I will show you how you can create a Terraform based Atlantis deployment pipeline in GitLab to deploy your Terraform code files. In one of my earlier videos, I've already told you that in production we don't run Terraform locally. We do run, but in general, when we are actually deploying the real code for a real application, we would be using a pipeline. So today I'm going to show you how you can create this type of pipeline in your own home lab environment and how you can use it to run your Terraform script files. Okay, so I've already published this Medium article as well. I'll paste the URL of this Medium article in the description. You can take a look at that also. So I'm going to follow this article itself in this video step by step, and there will be a series of video on this a Terraform deployment pipeline. Okay, so this is the part one, you can say, in the entire series. All right, so I'll just get started. Let me zoom in a little. Yep. So here in this article, I've given everything step by step. So and also I'm going to create a GitHub repo as well, where you can see all these steps listed there. Okay, so let's start this. So first thing is you need an Ubuntu 24.04 LTS based VM. So if you think you already know how to create a VM on AWS with EC2 service, you can skip this section and move on to the next one. All right, so let's start this. So I'm going to create an EC2 instance first. So I'm going to do it manually only because that's how I've listed it here in the steps as well, so that uh, everyone can follow it without any hassles. So let's go to my AWS account and I'm going to create an instance. So I'm going to launch an instance. Let's write it as Atlantis demo. I'm going to use Ubuntu 24.04 and I'm going to keep instance type t2.micro, or you can use t3.micro also, it's the same thing. So let's keep it as t3.micro. Choose a key pair. In network settings, I always prefer US East 1A availability zone. So I'm using US East 1 AWS region. Okay, Northern Virginia. If you need, you can change it depending on where you are located. But I use US East 1, even though I'm in India. Let's choose the security group. So you need a port 4141 to be opened. Okay, which is for the GitLab to Atlantis webhook connection. Okay, so you need to use a security group like that. So I already have that security group here, so I'm just using that. Then you don't need to do anything here. You can just click on launch instance. Instance is there. Now I'm going to log into it. So I'll use my traditional MobiXterm terminal to log into this. So here, accept the fingerprint. All right, all done. And next so I've already SSH'd to this VM and I'm going to run these commands. So I'm going to install I'm going to update the package index on this VM, then I'm going to install Git, then I'm going to install Docker. And then I'm going to enable Docker as well. So let's copy this command. So here, if you see this now, actually this is a double dash, but in the article it was just taking as a hyphen, but it is actually double dash right now. Okay, so I've just mentioned it here also. It's a double dash, not a hyphen before now. So enable Docker. Next, we're going to go to this gitlab.com users sign up. So if you just copy this link address, I'm going to open it in an incognito window because I already have an account. But when you go to this URL, so you will be getting the option to create the account. So this is the gitlab.com where you can use GitLab for free of cost. Okay, so it's given by them only. So you can create a new account. You can choose your details, or you can simply choose continue with Google. Okay, so that's what I have done already. So I already have an account created, but in your case you can use this option. This is one of the simplest options by which you can create an account and get started with GitLab. Okay, so I already have an account here, so I'm not going to do that. So after you have signed up, you need to log into your GitLab account, which I've already done here, as you can see. So I'm using my GitLab account with the username Bhavuk M, and then you need to fork this repository. Okay, so this is the repository where you have all the logic of the pipeline. So you can fork this repository. Okay, I'm going to show you how to fork also. So just click on fork. Let's write Atlantis-test namespace. I'm going to choose Bhavukam test all branches. Okay, I'll just cancel out. Okay, actually this is a private repository, so I'll just make it public. So I'll make it public so that you all can see it. All right, so I'm going to save this. Now I'll go back to the project and I'm going to create a fork. And let's name it as Atlantis test namespace Bhavukam all branches, keep it as public, and fork project. So this is how you also have to do. So when you create your account in GitLab, you need to fork this repository. Okay, so you will be able to see all the branches. Okay, we need this branch specifically, this one, which is a working branch, and you can ignore the other ones. Okay, all right, this is done. Next, then you have to go to settings, go to access tokens, and click on add new token. Let's write Atlantis test again, and I'm going to remove the expiration date so that I can use it as long as I want. In the role section, I'm going to use maintainer, and then I'm going to give this token access to everything in the repo so that I can do everything that I need. Okay, and then I'm going to create this access token. You need to copy it and keep it on a safe place. So just copy it like this, and yeah, then just follow along in the instructions. So this is done. Okay, so this is, I've shared the screenshots as well that you can see and follow and see how to create the token with the exact permissions and exact role that you need to choose. Okay, then another thing I have to do, I have to create an IAM user as well in AWS and generates its access keys, because that's how my GitLab account is going to authenticate to my AWS account. Okay, so this is not uh, like a production approach, but since we just want to keep things simple and it will be hard right now to set up OIDC, which is the way by which you can set up the uh, GitLab authentication to your AWS account. So in production, in real world, if you're using a SaaS, a GitLab, which means that if you create a paid account on gitlab.com, okay, so generally if you are working for an enterprise, you will be having a GitLab SaaS account. In some cases, not in all the cases, but if you're using that, then you can use OIDC, workload identity federation, which is a way which is one of the best ways by which you can have this type of GitLab account authenticate to your AWS accounts. Okay, but in this case, I just want to keep it simple so that everyone can follow along without any issues, without any hassles. So I'm going to create an IAM user with sufficient permissions. So it means that whatever resources you want to create via this pipeline, okay, in your AWS account, so this IAM user should have all those permissions. Okay, to keep it simple, you can also use the administrator IAM policy attached to your IAM user. So in this case, it will mean that all your you can get any resource in your AWS account. Okay, you don't have to make any changes to your IAM user permissions. If you just keep it administrator, then it's going to work in all the cases. So it's up to you. Okay, so I'll go to my AWS account and I'm going to go to users. I'm going to create a new user. Let's write at Atlantis test. And I don't need to give management console. I just need the access keys. So I'll just click on next. I'm going to attach policy directly. So I'm going to use administrator access here and next and create user Atlantis test. Next, I'm going to generate access keys. So I'll go to security credentials. I'm going to generate the access keys here, create access key, command line interface. I understand the above recommendations and want to proceed to create an access key. Next, create access key. It's going to give me this. So I need to download this .csv file, download it, and I'm going to open this. And then I'm going to copy this access key ID. I'm going to go to my GitLab account. So here the instructions are given where you have to go. You have to go to settings, CI/CD and variables. So settings in the project. So just go to your project. Go to settings and then go to CI/CD. And here you will find variable section. Variables, and here all the instructions are given with screenshot, but in this section where you have to choose the minimum role that the pipeline variables is going to use, I'm going to use maintainer here and save changes. Next, I'm going to add the variable. So this is where you can add your variable. So just click on here and key is okay. Let's go to the screenshot again. So CI/CD variable. So it's going to be AWS access key ID. So let's type AWS access key ID. Okay, and if you see, it is, let me just zoom in a little bit more. So it is protected and masked. Okay, so just choose those options as well. So masked and protected. Okay, it's a default option. And here you have to paste the value of the access key ID that I copied, which is this one, add variable. Similarly, I have to add another variable, add variable. And this time it's going to be AWS secret access key. The value I can paste from the other field in the CSV file, copy it and paste it and add variable. Done. Next, now go back to your EC2 VM terminal and clone the forked repo. Okay, so let's do that. So we can use this command basically. Just copy this command. I'll go here on my MobiXterm terminal. Actually, I'm going to create a directory here. And let's go to Atlantis. I'm going to clone the repo. So here you have to change the username and repo. So basically you have to just copy the forked repo URL. So you can just remove this and keep this branch because this branch has the working code. Okay, so it's fix Atlantis -yml. So just come back here to your repo and copy this sh repo and paste it. Okay, so the repo has been cloned. Now let's go inside this and let's see the next instruction. So you need to you need to go into this. So here you have a folder called application. So go into application, then you will see environments. Okay, there are slight changes to the original documentation, so I'll make the change. So basically from here you have to go to, let me check that. So this is where you have to go. Okay, so the location is after you enter to your repo folder, then you have to go to application environments dev. Okay, so it's application environment dev. So I'll make a change here. Okay, and then you have to create a new branch. So we can create a new branch. Let me do that. So let's do git checkout -b Atlantis-test. Okay, so I'm on this new branch. Then I have to create my Terraform files. If you don't have any files, you can use the existing files as well. Okay, so if you just see this, it's a very simple resource where I'm trying to create a security group and an EC2 instance. Okay, nothing much is there. Just want to show you how this pipeline works, but you can change your code if you want to. If you want to deploy something else in your AWS account, you can create your own .tf files here in this location where I am right now on the terminal. I'm going to keep it as it is, and maybe I'll just make some test change so that I can have a change that can be pushed to trigger the pipeline. So let's just remove this space here. Okay, so now if you see git status, you will see a change in this main.tf file. So I'll just do it and okay, so let's just keep it as it is. So I have my files ready that I want to commit to the repo here. Next step is I have to run the Atlantis instance. So this is where the Atlantis instance is going to be run. So it's going to be run locally on your machine. Okay, so just copy this command from here as it is. Copy and go to this notepad file, and here you can choose the username. In my case, the username is still bhavukam. In your case, it's going to be different. So just choose what it is. So choose username. Then GitLab Atlantis GitLab token, you already have this here, which you created. So you can just copy it and paste it here. Next is going to be your GitLab username. In my case, it is again bhavukam. In your case, it's going to be different, and then you have to type the repo name, which is Atlantis-test. Okay, that's the name of the repo that I forked from the original repo. And then you can just copy and paste this command, and it's going to start an Atlantis Docker container on your VM. Okay, I think there's some, okay, I think it did not copy well. Okay, so I'll have to change this name. So it did not copy properly from there. So this has to be hyphen name. Okay, I don't have the permission, so I have to repeat the command with sudo. Okay, so I don't have this image locally on this machine, so it's going to download it and pull it on my machine, and then it's going to apply this configuration, and then it's going to create the Atlantis Docker container. So this is going to be my Atlantis instance. Okay, so you can check the status Docker PS. Once again, I don't have the permission. I did not add my Ubuntu user to Docker user group, but anyways, let's use Docker with sudo command. Okay, there is some issue. Let's do Docker logs Atlantis. Oh, this has to be Atlantis test. Sorry. -f. So let's create the container again. Actually, there's one correction I have to make in the command. So the name of the repo is Atlantis-test, but here I chose Atlantis-repo. So it's Atlantis-test. We can verify it from our GitLab. So it's Atlantis-test. Let's repeat the command and let's check the status. There is some issue, so let's check. Okay, let me rerun it. Let's copy it from here. Let me recreate it. So let's delete the container again. It's up now. I think there was some problem in some of the command because I was using some double quotes and stuff, so I think it did not go well. So now it's working. Okay, you can see it's up now. All right, it's working now. So okay, I'll make this correction in the documentation as well. All right, so we have a running Atlantis Docker instance. Okay, next. This is done. We have checked it's working. So now, okay, now there's one issue in this image that I'm using. Okay, so the image that I'm using right now, which is this one, it uses Terraform version 1.1.0. Okay, but I found one issue when I ran the pipeline that it needs at least 1.3.0. Okay, so I did not change the image. Log into the running container and I'm going to update the Terraform version manually. If you want, you can update the version and you can create a new image as well. It's up to you, but this is like a workaround so that we don't have to change too much. So I'm going to log into this container. Let's do sudo. I'm inside the container now and I'm going to check the Terraform version. You can check it's 1.0.0 and we want 1.3.0 at least. So I'm going to download the zip and install unzip. This is an Alpine Linux shell, so we have to use APK. I'm going to unzip this inside the container, and then I'm going to move this Terraform to my bin directory. And now if I do Terraform version, I should see 1.3.0. Okay, so 1.3.0, this is what we need, the bare minimum. We can come out of it. Next, we need to configure the GitLab webhook for the Atlantis instance. So now you have to, so you have a running instance. Okay, you have updated the Terraform version. Everything is sorted as far as your Atlantis instance is concerned. Okay, so we can just create a webhook. So now this is going to the webhook, which is going to be used from Atlantis to your GitLab. So you can go to project settings and webhooks. It's already given there, and add new webhook, and this is the URL that you have to use. So it is we can give it a name. Let's write it as Atlantis-test, and in the URL it's going to be http colon the public IP of my instance, which is this. So I'll copy it, go back, and IP address, then colon 4141 and then slash events. This is going to be the endpoint basically. And secret token, here you have to pass that token that you copied earlier. So go here, copy this token again, come back here, and just give all the permissions. Okay, so that you don't face any issues, you can do everything with this token. So I'm going to give all the permissions. And I'm going to remove SSL verification. I don't need it, and just click on add webhook. Webhook is added. You can test it as well. Click test and check for the push events basically. So you see this hook executed successfully HTTP 200. It means that it was successful. The test was successful. Okay, so this is done. Next part is now back to your terminal and add the files. Okay, so whatever files you have, you can check git status. So I'm using the given Terraform files only, but as I mentioned, you can create your own Terraform files to create your own Terraform based infrastructure in your AWS account, and you can push it as well. Okay, in this case I just want to keep it simple, just want to show you how to configure the pipeline. Okay, rest whatever you put here, it's going to be deployed via this pipeline. So let's do git add main.tf git commit -m demo for Atlantis pipeline. I'm going to push it. Okay, so before I can do commit, I need to configure the git on my machine. So you can just copy this command, enter it, and here you have to put some details. So for example, just uncomment this and give it a name. Let's give it TechApplicate as the name, and email ID also techapplicate@gmail.com. techapplicate@gmail.com, and you need to uncomment this. So you have to set your name and email. To set your git config, Control O, enter, Control X. Okay, it's going to save the configuration. Now you can repeat that commit command. So you can simply push. You can do git push. So just repeat this git commit command and then do git push origin name of a branch. My branch name is Atlantis-test. So it's going to push. Okay, so I'm using my I don't have any SSH based authentication configured here, so it's asking for my username and password. Okay, so what I do in these cases, I generate a key pair basically. So I do SSH keygen to have that SSH based authentication, wherein I don't have to enter my username and password each time I do any Git operations. So we can do that. We can do SSH hyphen keygen, generate the key pair, keep hitting enter till you get your prompt back, and then cat the public key file that has been generated by this sh-keygen command. So let's do directory .sh and id underscore ed25519.pub. This is the file you need to copy, and you need to paste in your GitLab account so that you can authenticate via sh to your GitLab account from this VM. So I'll go back here. I'll go to my GitLab repo, and I'll go to my profile, and I'm going to go to sh keys, and I'm going to add a new key and just paste the content here. It can be any name, so let's keep it as it is. I'm going to remove the expiration date, and I'm going to click on add key. It's done. Now I'll use the I'll try to redo the git push, and this time it should work because I have sh based authentication enabled now. Okay, actually it's coming because I use the HTTPS based remote. So what I'll do is do git, you can check actually, git remote hyphen b. So it's using HTTPS based, so I need to change it to SSH based. So what I'll do, git remote, okay, don't remember the exact command, so you can check for the command. It's git remote add URL command you need to use. So this is the command, git remote add origin. So copy this and paste the SSH based URL of your GitLab repo. So you can come back to your project. You can come back to your project here, Atlantis-test. This one, and you can copy the SSH based URL here, and you can add this to your origin like this. Okay, we need to remove the earlier one, so let's do that. Remove origin. So first remove this origin. So let's do this command. It's going to remove the HTTPS based origin, and then I can repeat the command to add the SSH based origin. It's done. Now you can push. Okay, it's going to ask for the fingerprint since it is the first time you're authenticating to your GitLab account. So just type yes, enter, and it's going to push everything. So now it won't ask for username and password again. Okay, since this was the first time setup, it was asking all these things to be done. Okay, so now I have pushed my changes to the repo, and I can go here. I can just hit refresh, and you will see one pop-up coming like this, which means that you have pushed Atlantis test repo, sorry, not repo, the branch to this repo. So you need to create the merge request. It's already given in the documentation as well. Okay, so just copy this, paste it in the description section, click assign to me, assignee, and don't delete the source branch so that you can use it again also, and create merge request. So the pipeline is going to be triggered whenever you create an MR. Okay, so I just hit refresh, and you can see the pipeline running. Okay, so the logic is already there. I'm just making some changes in the new branch to trigger the pipeline. Okay, so this is how you can configure it. So just wait for a few seconds. This will finish. Failed. Let's see. So these type of issues do appear when you're doing it for the first time. So just go to your MR section and uh, just go to this comment section here, and you can see the output why it failed. Okay. I see the problem. So you see it says no valid credential sources found. Okay, this is because when I created the instance, I did not add any role to it because my Atlantis server is on that instance, so it should also have access to my AWS account. So what I have to do is I have to go back to my instance here and go to actions, security, modify IAM role, and choose an IAM role that has all the permissions you need to perform this operation. So I have one admin role, so I'm going to choose that, update the IAM role, done. And next I'm going to uh, re-trigger the pipeline. Okay, for that, once again I can make a test change here, pick the latest Amazon 2 AMI, right, available, save and quit, and then just add and commit to the push once again. Okay, so then let's do add, commit, and then push, and it's going to re-trigger my pipeline. Okay, and the same MR is going to be used because that MR hasn't been merged to my main branch, so it's going to be reused. So you can see here the pipeline is going to run now. So that's how you can trigger the pipeline n number of times. Just make a test change, commit it, and push it to your repo, and it's going to do another trigger of the pipeline. Okay, so if you see, the pipeline has already ran. Okay, and this time it passed, it did not fail. To check the logs or to check the output of this step, just go to the comment section here, and here you will see ran plan for project dev directory application environment dev workspace default, and here you can see the output. Okay, so it's going to show you the Terraform output. So it's going to create an instance and a security group. Okay, so if you see 2 to add, 0 to change, 0 to destroy. To apply this plan, you can do Atlantis apply, or you can run this command also, Atlantis apply -p dev. Okay, so in simple terms, you can just run this command to apply your plan. So this is how the Terraform based pipeline is going to show you the Terraform plan output. Okay, and if you are satisfied with it, just run Atlantis apply, and it's going to apply your plan, which means I'm going to get an EC2 instance and a security group, which was part of my Terraform configuration file. Okay, so I just ran this Atlantis apply. So just paste this in the comment section, and that's how it works. Okay, now I'm seeing an error. Apply error is there, creating security group. Okay, since I already created the security group, so it's giving me the error because I was using this pipeline in the past as well. So the same name security group already exists in this VPC. So what I'll do is I'm going to delete the security group from my AWS account. So let's go here. Let's go to security groups, and I'm going to delete that security group. Let's check the security group name again. So it's dev-atlantis. So I'm going to delete this. Actions, delete security group, delete. You can simply do Atlantis apply again, and it would have still worked. Anyways, we have the same plan again, so we can run the Atlantis apply again. Let me verify the instance also, whether it exists or not, so that it doesn't fail. So instance is not there. I think Atlantis demo, yeah, it's not there. Okay, so let's do Atlantis apply again, and it's going to re-execute my Terraform plan basically. Okay, so yeah, this is how you can configure a simple Atlantis based Terraform pipeline on GitLab. So as I mentioned, there will be a series of video on this pipeline. I'm going to do some, I will try to do some complex projects also. Okay, and yeah, I'm going to show you. So it's going to be a series of video, and this is how you can configure a pipeline when you're working for an enterprise basically. Okay, so this is how you're going to make changes. You're going to deploy the Terraform scripts, and you can save your code on a repo, so that if someone else is using that same code, he can refer to the latest code and then make the changes accordingly. It ran, apply complete. So we have two resources added, zero change, zero destroyed. Okay, so the apply command ran successfully, and we have two resources created via this uh, Atlantis pipeline. So you can go to your AWS account, hit refresh, because I created an EC2 instance. You can see 4 instance, my tf underscore dev. It is still initializing. This is the instance that I created, and I also created a security group. So you see 16 here. If I just hit refresh, you will see 17. So dev hyphen demo hyphen sg security group. Security group name is dev hyphen Atlantis. It has been created. Okay, you can go to tags and you can check. Okay, so this is how you can create your instances. One more thing, if you want to destroy also, you can do the same with this pipeline itself. So just go to the documentation. Here I've given that part as well. Okay, so this is done, everything is confirmed. So you can run this command. It's going to show the plan. So this is the plan to see what's going to be destroyed. Okay, so this is the way to check the destroy plan. Okay, so it is always like the best practice to see the plan command for creation and for a termination of resources as well, so that you are sure that what you're going to create and what you're going to destroy via Terraform. Okay, command wasn't correct. After default, it is a double dash then space. Okay, sorry. Yeah. So once again, the command did not copy properly. Default it is double dash then space then dash. Looks incorrect to me. Okay, I'll just check my earlier MR. So let's open this again and let's go to projects. One destroyed. Yeah, so this is the command, this one. Yeah, so this is the exact command that you have to run. I'll just make a note of it here. And so this is going to give you the plan for the Terraform destroy. Okay, so it's going to run again. Just wait for a few seconds, it will be triggered. It is running. So this is how you will see the output. Okay, 0 to add, 0 to change, 0 to destroy. If you click on this drop down here, you will see the resources that will be destroyed by your Terraform destroy plan or Atlantis destroy plan. Okay, so to apply, you can again do Terraform Atlantis apply. It's going to apply all your plans that you have currently, that you currently see. So this is going to destroy the resources for me. Okay, so I have a clean slate, so I can create resources, I can destroy resources via this pipeline basically. So let's just wait for a bit. It's going to trigger the pipeline again, and it's going to destroy my resources. It's going to destroy the EC2 instance and the security group. It successfully passed, so it means that the Terraform destroy command was ran successfully. As you can see, apply complete, 0 added, 0 changed, 2 destroyed. You can go to your AWS account to verify that. So this instance will be terminated. it's gone. And the security group, this security group will not be there. So from 17 it will change back to 16. Okay, so both the resources have been destroyed. So this is how you can install configure and use your pipeline to create and destroy the Terraform based resources. Okay, I hope this video was useful to you. And as I mentioned, there's going to be multiple videos now on this, so that you get the better understanding of how to use it in real world as well. And it's a very good way by which you can showcase this in a DevOps or an SRE interview, that this is how you create your resources using Terraform. Okay, so yeah, that's all for this one, and I'm going to see you in the next one. Bye for now.